Friends, welcome back to my channel. So today we will see what's new in Linux Mint 22.2 and we will discuss about this operating system, what's special. So Linux Mint 22.2 is one of the Linux release that doesn't try to impress you with flashy changes. Instead, it focuses on something far more important: stability, comfort, and getting out of your way. Honestly, that's exactly why so many people love Linux Mint. So today we will talk deeper look in Linux Mint 22.2. The code name is Zara, the cinnamon edition. So what's new and what has not changed, and whatever this is the right Linux desktop for you in 2025 and 2026. So Linux Mint 22.2 is a long-term support release, means it support all the way until 2029. It's based on Linux Ubuntu 24.04 LTS, which gives an extremely solid and well-tested foundation while still receiving modern hardware support. This is not a bleeding edge distro, and that's not the point. Linux Mint 22.2 is designed for the people who wants a desktop that stays reliable day after day, years after years. So the code name Zara is for 22.2. Cinnamon desktop overview we will be giving you in the later part of the video. At the heart of this release is the Cinnamon desktop, Linux Mint flagship environment. It's if someone is coming from Windows, Cinnamon will feel immediately familiar, the panel and the look. So by the time I will show you how to download and how to see the Linux Mint, just go to Google and type Linux Mint 22.2 and hit enter. So now open the first link. So now Linux Mint 22.2 Zara Cinnamon edition has been, you can see the website. If I'm going to the release announcement, you can see all the details here. So the system requirement is 2 GB of RAM and 4 GB is recommended. 20 GB of disk space, 100 GB is recommended. So if I'm going back to the main screen, so the ISO file is around 3 GB. Go down and you can select any of the mirror image. To save time, I have already downloaded this operating system desktop Linux Mint Cinnamon. You can see here the size of this ISO is 2.84 GB. So let me turn on this operating system in a virtual box. Select the operating system. I have given 2 GB as the minimum hardware requirement, and the hard disk virtual hard disk space I have given it as 25 GB. So let me start this operating system now. So by the time it gets boot up, I will give you some overview of this operating system. So let's talk about the new features. Fingerprint authentication has been added for the first time. Linux Mint introduces native fingerprint login support through a new local tool called Figwit. So now it's asking to enlarge the screen. I will hit switch. I will close this notification panel. Now you can see the operating system is getting booted. By the time it boots, I will show you some more operating system overview. So the Linux Y theme has been added with a clear blur effect, user avatars, and better overall polish. So the better app integration also has been added. The Flatpaks looks native now. So the updated built-in apps, you have sticky notes, Hypernautics, and Software Manager. Software Manager now clearly explains the difference between system packages and Flatpaks. So the Update Manager shows a reset button when updates required on, and simple but it's useful. So this is the thing I just wanted to highlight you out. If you are installing in a new setup, it ships with Linux kernel 6.4, giving excellent support for new hardware. So if you are upgrading it from 20.1 or 20, the Linux kernel will be 6.8 kernel, which supports until 2029. This approach reduces risk while still allowing users with newer systems to benefit from improved drivers and performance. Audio continues to be handled by Pipewire, which means better legacy, better Bluetooth audio, and fewer sound issues overall. In a typical Mint fashion, performance is stable, predictable, and its best possible way. So let me give the password and log into the operating system now. Cinnamon still uses Xlog by default. Wayland is improved but remains optional. Snap packages are still disabled by default. The desktop remains traditional and familiar. Linux Mints continue to be Linux Mint and doesn't chase trends just for sake of it. This is the welcome screen as you see here. If I am going to the first step, it's showing all the features it has. Desktop colors, system snapshot, driver manager, multimedia codecs, update manager, system settings, software manager, and firewall. So let me go through the first option, desktop colors. Here you can select the theme, which I said you earlier, Linux Mint theme Y has been added. So by default, it's the light theme. If you want, you can switch it to dark. If you want, you can change the mix mode. Let me open the file manager and I will show you the system icon colors, what are all available. Now by default it has been selected as blue. If you want to change it as brown, you can change it as brown. If you want to change it as gray, you can change it as gray. If you want multicolor, dark blue and light blue, you can change it from here. So let me go to advanced settings and I will show you. So the mouse pointer, it's here. You can change the mouse pointer as per your preferences and your like. Applications, the theme is Windows Linux Mint by Blue. Icons is this theme. Desktop also, you can, if you want, you can change it from anywhere. You can see the bottom left corner. If I will change it, let me change it to purple. As you can see, the purple touch has been added. If you want to add or remove themes, or if you want to install it, you can do it in this way. It's downloading images. These are all the things available. You can download and you can customize it. If I'm going to the settings, you can select from all these settings. So let me close all these and let me go to the overview of the machine. If I am going to the terminal, as you can see, the Linux kernel is 6.14. Let me close it and I will give you the small overview of this operating system. Then later on, I will show you how to install this in a VirtualBox. So by default, applications installed is, if I'm going to all applications, in graphics, I can see the drawing app has been already installed by default, and document scanner here and Pix is here. If I'm going to the internet, you can see Firefox has been installed by default, and you can see the matrix, Thunderbird mail, transmission, and web app. Transmission is used to download any torrent file, something like that. So if I'm going to the office, you can see LibreOffice Suite has been installed by default. Calc, Draw, Impress, Writer is already here. If I'm going to sound, you can see Cellular has been installed, and Hypnotics, install multimedia codec, and Rhythmbox. If I'm going to the administration, you can see all the applications necessary for managing your operating system is available here. You can go to the update manager if you want to upgrade it to 22.2 to 22.3. As of now, 22.3 has been released. If you want to upgrade it from 22.2 to 22.3, you can use the update manager and you can upgrade the operating system. If I'm going to the system monitor, you can see what the resource has been utilized with this operating system. I'm going to the resource section. Now you can see here, total memory has been allocated is 2.1 GB and the use is 1.1 GB. You can go to the terminal as well and you can check the resource utilization. I will go and I will type top, and if I'm hitting enter, you can see it's 862 MB has been utilized. So this is a very small operating system. This is, you can make use of your old hardware and you can install this operating system. This is, Cinnamon is the proprietary of Linux Mint, which use Wayland. So I will go and I will check the preferences. You can see here the applets has been is present. Disklets is also there. I will show you what is disklets. Let's say if you want to add some widgets in your desktop, let's say I want to use time and date disklets. Go to manage, or if there is something new if you want to install, let's say if you want to have a analog clock, let me download it. It's getting downloaded. Go to manage and go to Combi analog clock. As you can see, the widget has been added. Let's say if you want to add time and date disklets, press plus. You can rearrange your disklets anywhere you want. This is the special features of Linux Mint Cinnamon. I will show you one more option how you can, if you want to change this taskbar to any of the other corners or you want to rearrange it, click move, and wherever you want you can shift it. Let's say I want to shift it into left corner. I will click it. The left corner has been arranged. Let's say if you want to add one more panel, add new panel. Where you want to add, you can select here. The new panel has been added. By right clicking onto this panel, you can go to applets. Let's say if you want to add the CPU temperature, just hit plus. You can see that CPU temperature applet has been added. Let's say if you want to add some more, let's add trash key. Select it and press enter. The trash icon has been added. By clicking it, you can go to the trash directly. So these are all the small handy tools which are available in this operating system. So by default, you have everything in this operating system. You need not to worry about installing any applications straight away. If I'm going to the administration, you can add printers. You can go to the system log, system reports, timesheet. You can take the backup of your computer. If you want to create the users and groups, you have to give the password of your users. By default, the test is there. If you want to add any user, click add. Let's say if I want to add a user called test1, the username I will write test1 test lab. If I want to have a standard user or administrator user with the sudo permissions, let me use as standard and click add. As you can see, the test1 user has been added with the username called test lab. This is the simplest way. I will rearrange. If you want to delete this panel, hit remove, press S, the panel has been removed. If you want to rearrange it, click on move and rearrange it. By default, you have these system trace here, calendar, battery, sound, your networks, your notification here, update manager notifications. If you want to upgrade it, go to view and you can upgrade your operating system. So you can browse around this and you can have a look at all the default applications available. So right now I will turn off this machine and I will show you how to install this operating system from scratch. Let me hit shutdown. I will click new. I will give a user name mint Linux mint cinnamon. There's one more called mint cinnamon, so we need to have a distinctive name. So I'm adding Linux mint cin. So this is a Linux 64-bit version. It has been detected automatically. So let me select the operating system ISO image now. This is the ISO image. I'm selecting it. So by start, you can select the skip unattended installation. If you have selected skip unattended guest OS install, the guest OS need to be installed manually. If you uncheck this checkbox, it will install it automatically. We will do it as manual installation. Hit next. So by default, it is taking 2 GB of your RAM memory and one processor core. Hit next. By default, it is taking 25 GB of your hard disk, virtual hard disk. Hit next, and you can review your virtual machine configurations. 2 GB as your base memory and 25 GB of disk size. So hit finish. As you can see, our virtual machine is ready. Now it's ready to power on. Let me power on this machine and I will show you how to install it. By the time it gets installed, I will show you how to create the bootable device as well. So let me close this notification panel and maximize the screen. As you can see, the screen size is small. To increase the size, go to view and click scale mode. Hit switch. By this, you can see you can see the full screen of your operating system. By the time it boots, I will show you how to create the operating system bootable image. So to do that, go to your browser and type Google and right here Rufus. Open the first link. Come down and you can see here it's Rufus 4.11exe. This is for Windows. So open it and it save it. So it's an auto.exe file. Once you download, double click on it and you can see this screen of Rufus. So this is the default first interface screen of the Rufus. So let me select the operating system from here. Select operating system. Then I'm going for Linux Mint Cinnamon. Double click on it. Now select it. As you can see here, Linux Mint 22.2 Cinnamon has been selected. File system is 32. I have inserted 4 GB of my pen drive. As you can see the size here, 4 GB of my 4 GB of my pen drive here. Click start and it's taking your writing in ISO image mode. Click OK and it's asking system image. Click OK. It will download the necessary dependable files. So now it's giving you the warning, all data on this device will be deleted. Click OK. So this process will take almost 20 to 25 minutes. Let me minimize it and I will go back to the installation screen and I will show you how to install. The operation returned because the timeout period has expired. So we'll start from the starting. It's creating the MBR record now. The process has not started, so we will restart this virtual machine and we will go. So hit right click on it and click restart and OK. It's giving an error. Maybe I think the ISO image is being carried out by VirtualBox. Let us go here and I will show you. Click enter. So that's the simplest way how to create a bootable image of your operating system. You can make a bootable image of any operating system with the tool Rufus. If you have any confusion, then in my channel there is one more dedicated video regarding the Rufus. So you can go and you can check out that video to use how to use the Rufus to make the bootable image. Now the operating system is getting started for the first time for the booting purpose. So should you install or upgrade? If you are already on Linux Mint 22 or 22.1, upgrade to 22.2 is safe and straightforward. If you currently set up work perfectly, then there's no rush, but improvements in 22.2 make daily use just a little nicer. And if you are installing Linux Mint for the first time, this one will be the best entry point for Linux if you are coming from Windows background. So Linux Mint 22.2 Cinnamon does not try to win you over with flashy features. Instead, it earns your trust by being stable, comfortable, predictable, and quietly excellent. If you want a Linux desktop that stays out of your way and lets you get work done, Linux Mint Cinnamon remains one of the best choice. So the system is getting booted for the first time for the installation. So once the installation gets started, I will fast forward the video so that to save time and you can go through the installation process. So this is the live environment of the Linux Mint Cinnamon Edition. If you don't want to install, you can browse around the operating system as your physical machine and you can try it out how it is and how to use this operating system. So once you are well versed with these features and you are okay with the operating system features, you can double click on this Linux Mint, install Linux Mint, double click on it. Now the installation process will start. So I have double clicked on the installation icon. As we have given only 2 GB of our memory, so it will take time. I just wanted to show you this 2 GB is more than sufficient for your installation process. It doesn't require any latest or high-end hardware for the installation. So now it's asking to select the language. So English has been selected by default. Hit continue. Now it's asking to select the keyboard layout language. So let it be by default English. Hit continue. Now it's installing the multimedia codec. So you can do it later on. Will let us not check the install multimedia codec and hit continue. The installation is pretty straightforward. My suggestion is first go to the live server, which I showed you the earlier screen. Work around on the operating system, see what all the features available. It's the operating system is very well polished and it has everything with your daily needs. So now it's asking to select the type, erase disk, and install the Mint. If you want to install as a custom disk configuration, you can go to advanced feature. In our lab scenario, we are doing the fresh installation utilizing the whole hard disk. So let us select erase disk and install Linux Mint. Hit install. Now it's telling if you continue, the changes listed below will be returned to the disk. So let us click continue. Now it's asking to select the location. Select the location wherever you are. For the lab purpose, I am selecting the default New York as the location. Click continue. Now it's asking to give the username. So let me give the username as test. And let me give the computer name also as test. Username test. Test the password also. Let me give test for the easier remembrance. So click continue. Please give the strong password for your case because you will be using it in a virtual machine. So once your Rufus completes the bootable process, hit close and eject the pen drive, and you can remove the pen drive from your laptop or your desktop. Insert it into your computer and restart your computer and go to the BIOS by hitting delete or F2 or F9 key depending upon the manufacturer. Once you go to the BIOS, go to the advanced option and select first boot device as your pen drive or the USB drive, and press F10 and restart the machine. Then automatically the operating system installation process will start. So as of now, I will fast forward this video to save time, and I will get back to you once the installation completes and it shows the installation complete screen. I will fast forward this video for now. Hi friends, welcome back. Thanks for your patience. So the installation has been completed. You watched all the previous screens of the installation procedure. So installation has been completed without error. So the installation complete took around 42 minutes, as I am installing it in a virtual box with only 2 GB of virtual RAM. So if you are allocating more space, the installation process will be faster. So just for testing purpose for this lab, I took only 2 GB of virtual RAM for the installation. So the installation has been completed. Now it's asking to restart. Let's click restart now. So the operating system will restart for the first time. I forgot to show you the software package manager. I will show you in this fresh installation. So if you enjoy the deep dive of this operating system installation, so now it's asking please remove the installation media, press enter. So we have installed it in a virtual box. So just hit enter and the operating system will install for the first time. So if you enjoy this deep dive of this operating system, so please like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more Linux content and Windows content. And let me know if you enjoy this video, and please comment on the comment section. If you face any difficulty or anything you want to ask, please comment on the comment section. So I can see the login screen. I will give the password and hit enter. As you can see, the installation has been completed successfully, and you can see the welcome screen. So let me close this welcome screen now. As I have showed you earlier, what are all the welcome screens, what you can do with all these. If I'm going to launch the system settings, you can see all the settings options you can do here. Go for hardware, color, disk. Let me go to disk and I will show you how much memory it has consumed. So out of 25 GB, let me select the virtual hard drive and select this. It has taken around 11 GB. Now it's the free space is 16 GB. Let me close this. If you want to go for system info, you can see the system info. It's Linux Mint Cinnamon 22.2 and the Linux kernel is 6.14. Memory it's 2 GB. Let me close this and I will show you the software manager now. Click launch for the software manager. This is same as your App Store or Microsoft Store. Here you can download any of your applications. Flatpak is also available in this. If you want any specific Flatpak, you can click here. So right now Flatpak, Flatpak is disabled. You need to enable it and you can start installing the operating system. So now it's the packages, any applications or any apps you can install it. Now we are going back to the software manager's home screen. It's generating cache. So by the time it appears, let me minimize it and I will show you what all there in the. If you are right clicking it, you can create a folder, you can create a document, you can add disklets. I showed you earlier how to add disklets. You can go for display settings. If you want, you can go for desktop backgrounds and you can select any of the wallpapers. If you want to go for the settings, you can change the background color, blue, black, horizontal, vertical. Let us change one wallpaper as of now. We will select this one and let me minimize it for you. So the wallpaper is. So these are all the default wallpapers available. I'm going for the wallpapers. You can find more wallpapers. If you want, you can add your personal images or personal wallpapers which you want to have as a wallpaper. Let us select this one and let me minimize it. You can see the wallpapers you can change. So let me go to the software manager now. You can select any of the applications you want to install it. If you want to search, you can search it. Let's say I want to install Telegram. You can see here Telegram is available here. You can download it. If you want, let's say WhatsApp, you need to enable it from the Flat app. Let's say Office. You can see here Office, you can install it from here. LibreOffice is by default it has been pre-installed. So hope you like this video and my content. Please share, like, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you have any confusions or any questions, please comment in the comment section. I will try to help you out. Thanks for watching my video completely. Thank you friends.